Welcome back, YouTube. I am Evil Squeegee, and this is DMPC, the show where I am both the DM and the PC. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you are new, don't forget to hit subscribe, like, drop a comment, leave the notification bell, rub all over it. Show it some love. We are recording this live on twitch.tv/Evil Squeegee every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 2 p.m. EST. As you can see, we got the chat over in that direction somewhere over there on the other side of the dice. In our last episode, we had successfully escaped the mines of Pernrith with 2 of the 4 captured miners. On our way, we arrived, and there was a big collapsed wall of stone, and we dug a path for the miners to escape through. And on our way past a ghost, the ghost used a big fear effect and scared everybody except for Octavia. And everybody went flying through the mines and scattered. And 2 of our 4 miners fell down the infinite pit that we had placed somewhere in the mines that we hadn't discovered yet. And so Octavia and Christina and 2 of the 4 miners survived the expedition, and that is where we left off, and that is where we are diving back in. Don't touch that dial. Let's get this party started. All right. So when we last left off, we had just left the Pernrith mines. We're gonna zoom in on this map here, like so. We just left the Pernrith mines, which are situated in the side of a volcano that is sitting over and looming over the town of Pernrith, where it rains gold, and therefore gold has no value. I imagine as we emerge, it is probably rain. Is it raining gold as we emerge from the mines? Let's find out. I'm going to we're going to start a new scene, and it's going to be Chaos Rank 7 because things were kind of out of control in the last scene of us going through the dungeon. There were 2 appearances from Dark Gods. We made a pact. There was all kinds of nonsense that occurred. So we're going to bump it up to 7 and say 50-50, is it raining? Extreme, yes. It is raining gold. It is pouring. It is pouring when we get out here. I'm going to say it's pouring liquid gold, and we have to hold our shields over our heads like this to not get just drenched in gold that will probably solidify as it cools. Let's find out what these who these miners are. Do we need to know who these miners are? I don't know. We've rescued them. They can now do their job of going back and forth to Pernrith, between Mount Pernrith and Pernrith itself. I suppose we should escort them back. Yeah, let's escort them back. Let's check our list out. We have banished the cult, cleansed the curse, discover my history, the Druids of the Forest of Sorrow, Maud Gorst. Oh yeah, Maud is back. We need to get back to Pernrith anyways and check in on Maud. That was the whole deal. Was we exchanged going into Mount Pernrith's to investigate the miners' situation with for care for Maud Gorst, because the king's entourage was taking up all of the priests. So it's pouring rain out when we come outside, and we have a quick conversation with the miners and let them know that they need to contact the church and deliver their gems. And they thank us for rescuing them, and I apologize that we didn't get all of them. And they basically tell me not to worry about it because that's the danger of working in a haunted mine. Times things happen, and that's really grim. That's a really dark outlook to have. But what are you gonna do? So let us march on our way to Pernrith. Setting, so we're technically up here on this volcano, and we need to spend a day. It took us about a day of marching up the mountainside to reach Mount Pernrith, and so we're going down the mountainside to reach the city of Pernrith. We're going to send Christina to scout ahead. She has +1, that is a 6. That is a 6 minus Christina Mark's experience points. She's at 11 out of 8. The weather gets even worse, I'm going to say. It is pouring gold. It is, and now lightning and thunder have rolled in overhead. And now it is time to navigate. This is plus my intelligence. Just double checking there are no unnatural dice. Okay. Another failure. This is just going well. 12 out of 10 XP. We're both leveling up tonight. That's how that's going to work. So what is the GM's move? GM moves. Click. Put someone in a spot. So as we are headed down the mountainside, and there's thunder and lightning and there's pouring rain and gold is just falling from the sky, I envision us moving along when odds or evens. Odds is going to be Christina. Evens is Octavia. It's evens. Octavia is the one who winds up slipping and falling and catching herself on a cliffside and almost falling to her death, but managing to grab the edge of the cliff. And she's going to defy danger based on strength to hoist herself back up. 5 + 2 is 7. She does so, but it damages her. How much damage does she take? She takes a point of damage. Yeah, she managed to catch the edge and then hoist herself up and climb, and she scrapes herself a little bit as she's climbing back up, and then she dusts herself off and kind of like rolls her shoulders. And then that night we make camp, and Octavia... Oh, I get these names mixed up all the time. It's Christina who's going to manage provisions. And everybody eats one day of rations, which is... There's Octavia, Christina, and 2 minors, so that's 4 days of rations down the tubes. So we have 10 days of rations remaining. And then that night we roll +0 to find out if anything happens while we're camping. 7 plus... what happens on a 7 plus? Let's find out. Ask the fates, rolling dice. GM chooses one from the list below. There are 4 options, so we're going to roll 1d4. The first one. The person on watch notices a nearby discovery. Let's find out what the discovery we notice is. A discovery. A structure. What kind of structure is it? An 11. It is a ruin. 2. It is infrastructure. Who's on watch? Odds will be Christina. Evens will be Octavia. It is Octavia's turn again. So Octavia is keeping watch when she notices out of the corner of her eye some ruined buildings. And she has to keep especially tight watch on them because you never know what might be roosting inside of them. They got attacked by cranes the last time they were here. So, like, the wildlife is nothing to sneeze at. But that night they level up. We've leveled up, we've picked up our special moves, and I think we've made it to Pernrith, wherein we are going to immediately go and check on Maud. Now that we bring word from the miners that the mining operation is going to continue, but they're going to have to hire some more miners. So we head through the winding cobblestone streets of Pernrith in the shadow of the volcano. Our objective in Pernrith is to hunt down the cult. But first we need to get Maud. So we head to the temple where Maud is being kept, and we deliver the news and tell the church what happened. The church thanks us for our service and pays us 100 coins in gems, which we will put, which gives us 1,200 coins in gems in the wagon. We are very rich. We have 1,590 coins and 1,200 coins worth of gems for when we're in Pernrith. So I have a couple of questions that we're gonna ask Mythic. Is Maud awake by the time we get here? I'm setting this to very unlikely. However, it is Chaos Factor 7, so very unlikely. This is a 50-50 chance, basically. 70, no, Maud has not been treated yet. That doesn't surprise me, because we had made a deal for our mission to be completed before Maud was treated, so that makes sense. So Maud is KO on like a stone bed, like a stone altar, because they've got nothing to put Maud on except for like a pillow with a blanket kind of strewn over him on like a stone table. They're very busy here, and it takes us a minute to catch the attention of a priest. But we do catch the attention of a priest and report our mission findings, that we have saved the miners from a cave-in, and some of the miners didn't make it, and they're going to have to hire new miners, but the mining operation should have been picked up again. And the church should be experiencing a steady flow of gems from the mines once more. They pay us the 100 coins worth of gems, and they start to treat Maud. Now, Maud was shanked by a ghost when we first arrived just outside of Pernrith. I'm never going to get that name right. The next question I have for Mythic is going to be, is Maud permanently injured from this ghost? I'm going to call this unlikely at Chaos Rank 7. 86, unlikely, was a 65% chance of a yes, so we have rolled over our rating that we wanted for a yes, and so the answer is no. Maud is not permanently injured, but the priests will heal Maud, and Maud will gain consciousness. Maud is our infiltrator, our spy. It's very important to have him if we're going to be hunting the cult. Did we already generate the inn? I don't think we already generated the inn in Pernrith. If we already have, it'd be in my notes. I will check my notes. We named our horse Tweed-Eye. It's our studs for the songbirds. There's the boiling chair, which was the inn in North Pass. But that's not what we're looking for here. Okay, so confirming with my notes, it appears that we have not actually generated the inn in Pernrith. So let's get this party started. Tavern names generator. The Annoying Scream Pub. What is it that makes the Annoying Scream Pub named the Annoying Scream? Do they always have a bad bard? Are they famous for having a bad bard? I think they are. I think that the tavern's proprietor lets their kid perform as an attempt to get their bard career going, and the bard's just not cut out for this job. And so, as we pay for a week's stay for Octavia and Christina. So we need a plan of attack. We need to come up with a way to find the cult in Pernrith. And Maud suggests maybe that they could infiltrate the cult like they did in North Pass, because their face isn't known in Pernrith. That might be the only plan we've got. Maud is not a player character, however. Maud is a follower with a +1 quality, I think. So, we will order Maud to do their thing. And, of course, Maud rolls Snake Eyes. Well, I think we found the cult. So Maud starts looking around that night for worshippers of Moen, the goddess of night. And Maud is recognized by the cultists and captured. The question is, are we all captured by the cult? Do Christina and Octavia also get captured? Christina and Octavia would not have been trying to infiltrate the cult, so I feel like the answer is no. But we might as well answer that with the dice. So let's ask this and say it's impossible. It's impossible at Chaos Rank 7. That is a yes, as a matter of fact, because impossible at Chaos Rank 7 is a 25% chance of a yes, and we rolled underneath a 25. So our arrival did not go unnoticed by the cult. I'm going to guess that means that this is where the mayor was. I'm going to guess that that is where the mayor of North Pass teleported to his Pernrith and warned the cult ahead of time and told them, like, hey, we've got the paladin is back and we captured her, but she escaped. And so they have forewarning of Maud and Christina and Octavia. And so that night, we are in the Annoying Scream, which is a hell of a name for a pub. That night we're at the Annoying Scream when cultists come shattering, swinging in through the window of our inn room, and they've got Maud, and now they're gonna try and capture Christina and Octavia. And so they come crashing in through the window of our inn room, and they've already started channeling the powers of darkness to try and put us to sleep. And to find out what happens next, you are going to have to tune in next time on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time on YouTube, then don't forget to hit that notification bell, subscribe, leave a comment, like, do the algorithm things, and make my dopamines be dopamine. If you are watching on twitch.tv/evilsqueegee, do not touch that dial. We'll be right back, where we record these episodes live multiple times a day. And yeah, we'll be right back.